Good day, YouTube. Welcome to another episode of the Albino Rhino beer review. I wish I had a blue jumpsuit because I thought about wearing it to review this beer. Bud Light, brewed by Budweiser, 4% alcohol, Anheuser-Busch. You all know the drill. Got my Bud Light glass. I'm not going to talk much about this beer because it's such a well-known beer. Really, I'm going to talk about something else and tell you whether or not I like this beer. I don't know how many of you are up on current trends in beer markets, but today, being April 23rd, Saturday, April 23rd, at Fallsview Casino and at Casino Niagara, we are rolling out the Budweiser Bottoms-Up system. I got to see the training video on it. I've got to see the system itself. And I don't know how many of you have, but basically it's a cool, innovative, interesting way to pour draft. It looks cool, but there's a few fundamental flaws I see in it, and I don't know what to think of it. I mean, I'm sitting here at home in my basement on Saturday night because I had a Saturday night off, so I didn't get to see this beer being unveiled. Well, I shouldn't say this beer. I didn't get to see this system being unveiled on its rollout night, so I don't know how it's going. Why am I sitting at home doing beer reviews on my Saturday night? Well, that's simple, because all my friends either are still bouncers like I used to be, work at tattoo parlors, or work at the casino with me. The problem with those three choices are they all are working on Saturday night. So I have a Saturday night off, but I have no one to do anything with, so I'm sitting here in my basement. Anyway, so the Bud Bottoms Up. You have a plastic cup. It's a 20-ounce cup, so a large draft at most bars. And the bottom of the cup is a hole with a magnet around it. Now, you have a box of magnets beside it that say Budweiser. It's a sticker that says Budweiser, and on the back it's a normal magnet. You take that magnet, you throw it into the cup so that that magnet hits the magnet at the bottom of the cup that's around the big empty hole. You take the cup and you put it down on top of this little machine that has 4 spouts on it. Once you put it on that machine with the spout pushes the magnet up, and then out of the sides of the spout it fills the cup up with draft from the bottom of the cup to the top. Now, yes, all draft fills from the bottom up, but I'm saying it's not pouring from the top into the glass, it's coming from the bottom of the glass and filling it up. Apparently, it still gets head that way too, which is interesting to me, because when you pour draft, it's all about pulling the cup back to get the head. So, I don't know if they're just spraying gas in more than liquid at the beginning or not. I don't know the exact logistics of it, but once that cup is full, you have to be watching it, because if you're not watching it, it's going to keep filling. But once the cup is full, pull it up. Once you pull it up, that magnet seals to the other magnet, and that seals the beer. Now, here are my 2 fundamental flaws to this. Well, I guess 3. 3 or even 4. 1, my hand has touched the inside of your cup, if you think about it, because I've grabbed this magnet that I'm throwing into your cup. So let's hope I didn't just itch my sack or something like that. 2, beer spillage. Every time I pull that beer up off those nozzles, there's going to be a little bit of spillage. How much money in a busy establishment is being wasted on beer spillage this way than the traditional way on taps? Yes, the traditional way you still waste beer, but some cups you don't waste any. Some cups you waste a good deal. So how does it even out? 3, how much beer is going to be wasted by the customer being stupid? You know, as somebody gets drunk, they're going to go hoo 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 and push that little magnet up or slam it down on their table, because I was testing it with no liquid in it and it was flying up. I didn't test it with liquid in it because I didn't want to waste one of the cups, since we only had like 400 But I was slamming it around, and the magnet was flying. With liquid in it, sure, I'm sure it's not going to fly, but I'm sure it's going to jump up a little bit each time and leave a big, nice puddle of liquid under there. And what if when I throw it in, I don't get it thrown in right? Am I going to stick my hand around and, fidget with it? And lastly, it's a sticker and magnets in the bottom of your beer. And it's a plastic cup, a flimsy plastic cup. If I squeeze it, I could bend the bottom and all my beer could fly out of it. It's a really innovative idea. Logistically, I can't really see it. Anyway, let's drink the Bud Light. So we got our Bud Light glass. We got our Bud Light. Fingerhead. Good deal of carbonation. Strawish gold color. It just looks like beer. Average beer. It smells like your average macro lager. Got some malt, got some hops. They're both subtle, they both smell slightly dirty, they both have like a soda water scent to it. I know, it's soda water. How do you smell it? Have you ever actually smelled soda water? It just has that distinguishable carbonation. You can just tell soda water from regular water. I don't know if it's because I drink soda water all the time or what, but you just get a slight off scent. This, sweet. Taste. Soda water with a tiny bit of malt and a tiny bit of hops. Very easy drinking. I don't like it though. I've never been a big fan of Bud stuff. I love their commercials. I love some of the things they do. I mean, that Captain Bud Light guy, the Bud Light guy there, he's awesome. I want his jumpsuit. But this, not that awesome. I mean, I'll give it, unlike a lot of macros, that head has viscosity. It's sticking around, and I'm very pleased by that. Lots of carbonation. But it's beer. If I really had to get drunk, sure, I'd drink Bud or Bud Light. Any other reason? Not really. Easy drinking. Crisp. When you chug it, it's crisp to a not nice way. Crisp to actually almost a harsh feel in your throat. Slightly sweet, slightly bitter. It isn't something I can complain about because it doesn't really have a taste. But I'd rather go with another product than this if I was going to drink. Not a bad beer. I can't complain about it. But Bud Light isn't my light beer of choice. Anyway, I'd give it a 6 out of 10. It doesn't really have a taste.